and namaskar. Welcome and swagatam. I'm Dr. Anita John, and please join me in welcome Dr. Rajan Shah, the young, dynamic, intelligent, handsome Dr. Rajan Shah, to this IAMACF semi-annual and CF fundraising event. I would like to thank all of you for being here. All of you who devoted your lives as to the Ministry of Health and Healing, either as physicians, volunteers, donors, and for this noble cause of making healthcare accessible to all, especially the underserved. Please rise for the national anthems. Singing the national anthems this evening are our fellow IAMA physicians, past IAMA presidents, Dr. Radhika Chumata and Dr. Samir Shah. We'll start with the American national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधितरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता जय जय है जय है जय 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 जय।
Our major sponsor for this evening is Neelix Labs, and we will come to Neelix Labs a little later. To start off, this is a fundraising event, a meeting. The projected cost to run this clinic is about $220,000. So we hope to raise that much or twice as much this evening. So keep your wallets open and give very freely. Just remember, no amount is too large. We'll take the smaller donations as well, but no amount is too large, okay? All right. This includes, like I said, the brief semi-annual IAMA meeting. For this portion of the meeting, I would like to invite Dr. Rajiv Kumar and Dr. Sunil Shah. Please come up to the podium right now. Dr. Rajiv Kumar. Yes, by the way, there are a lot of Shahs involved this evening, and I just want you to understand, the IAMA does not comprise of only Shahs. There are others like Johns that are part of the IAMA. So from now on, if I just use the first name, presume that he or she is a doctor and a Shah. Okay? All right. Yeah. And if I could invite Dr. Rajiv Kumar and Dr. Dilip Shah to the podium, please. Thank you.
All of the IMA Illinois members and our friends and family to the annual IAMACF fundraiser dinner. My heartfelt thanks for your steadfast and generous support of the IAMA Charitable Foundation Free Clinic. We will now begin the IAMA Illinois semi-annual business meeting. It is my privilege to welcome and introduce elected executive committee members and the board of directors for 2025 for the IAMA Illinois. Please stand when your name is called, and please hold your applause until the very end. Executive Committee for 2025. President, Dr. Dilip Shah. President-elect, Dr. Meher Medavaram. Secretary, yours truly. Secretary-elect, Tapan Parikh. Treasurer, Neeta Dhananjaya. Treasurer-elect, Ram Salari. Committee chairs, Health Awareness Chair, Dr. Niranjana Shah. Education, Dr. Srilata Gundala. Academic Affairs, Dr. Pooja Kinkabwala. Membership co-chairs, Drs. Prabhu Shivalangappa and Meena Prabhu. Communications and PR co-chairs, Dr. Samir Kumar and Dr. Vivek Mohan. Bylaws Committee Chair, Dr. Utpal Parikh. Young Physicians, Sarah Al-Khairi. Liaison Co-Chair, Dr. Raj Lal. Liaison Co-Chair, Dr. Srinivas Reddy. Medical Students and Residents, Chanel Menezes. Global Awareness Advisor, Dr. Rohit Wasa. Academic Affairs Advisor, Dr. Vemuri Murthy. Entertainment Co-Chair, Dr. Megha Doshi. Entertainment Co-Chair, Dr. Deepak Shah. Presidential Advisors, Dr. Piyush Vyas. IMA Board Chair, Dr. Radhika Chimada. Charitable Foundation Board Chair, Dr. Samir Shah. And our Administrative Assistant, Heidi Gardner. And now we'll get to the Board of Directors. Dr. Chimada is the Chair. Dr. Sunila Harsur, Dr. Sharad Khandelwal, Dr. Vemuri Murthy, Dr. Suresh Reddy, Dr. Bharati Swaminathan, Dr. Rohit Kumar Wasa, Dr. Piyush Vyas, and Dr. Rajinder Arora. Please show your appreciation. Thank you. As part of the Secretary's report, I would like to include a brief summary of the finances for IMA Illinois for 2024. We have 3 bank accounts and 1 investment account. The business account at Chase Bank for IMA Illinois, we started 2024 with a balance of $4,000, but now it's at $19,418.19. We keep moving money as we need to take care of operational expenses. We have a CD account, has $103,624 in it. And a business account, which started with $129,000, is now at $446 because we moved money into the CD for the most part. So as a summary for 2024, we had a loss of $10,000. And that is, accounting for all the expenses, including administrative, insurance, and other expenses. The profit and loss statement will be submitted to the Executive Committee after our taxes are filed on May 15th. Our investment account with Edward Jones approximately has about $150,000 currently. As my last act today, we would like to constitute a nominating committee for next year's elections, or this year's elections, to nominate next year's executive committee members. So I'm asking for 2 general members in good standing, to nominate 2 other members in good standing to be members at large for the nominating committee. So do I have 2 nominations?
I
Yes.
nominate Dr. Raj Arora.
Okay, Dr. Shaw nominates Dr. Raj Arora. All right, another nomination?
I nominate Dr. Amarjit Singh.
Okay, Dr. Khandelwal nominates Dr. Amarjit Singh. So we got two good standing members nominated. I hope to close the nominations at this point, unless there are other nominations. We don't want an election just now. So hereby closing the nominations, we have chosen two members at large for the nomination committee. Now I'm looking for a motion to vote them in to the nominating committee. Do I hear a motion? A second? All right, all in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carries. You've elected two members. This concludes the IMA Illinois semi-annual meeting. Please enjoy a wonderful night filled with camaraderie, a sumptuous dinner, and a fantastic entertainment to follow. Please keep those pledges coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv Kumar.
For me personally. As a medical student, I had the privilege of volunteering at the free clinic almost 2 decades ago, learning under the guidance of many of the remarkable physicians who are sitting here tonight. It was in those early days working side by side with such compassionate mentors that my love and passion for primary care first took root. The free clinic is not just a place where lives are touched and healed, it's also where future physicians are shaped. It cultivates the spirit of service, compassion, and community that defines truly great healers. Thanks to the IAMA Charitable Foundation, and because of each of you here tonight, the legacy of paying it forward will continue for generations to come. And your generous donations today help make this vital mission possible. So thank you. And with that, I'd like to welcome Dr. Dilip Shah, the 43rd President of the Indian American Medical Association, to speak next. Dr. Shah is a distinguished cardiologist who, after completing his training at the Loyola Hines VA, spent over 40 years advancing cardiac care, performing coronary angioplasties and pacemaker insertions that saved countless lives. He's a lifelong advocate for community health and continues to serve by lecturing across Chicagoland and volunteering at free health clinics and health fairs. And when he's not busy saving lives, Dr. Shah stays active with yoga, even started learning piano, and now he's even taken out the fast-paced game of pickleball. That's right, you heard correctly for all you pickleball fans. And stay tuned, we might even just raffle off a chance to challenge him in a game after tonight. Dr. Dilip Shah.
Thank you. Dear friends, as a president of Indian American Medical Association, it is my privilege to represent you and glad to see you all here. It's a fundraising event for IAMA Charitable Foundation and semi-annual IAMA business meeting, which is just completed by Dr. Rajiv Kumar. I am thankful to the entire team to agree to work with me this year. IAMA Charitable Foundation was started in 1995, 14 years after beginning of the IAMA in 1981. This is a flagship arm initiated by esteemed previous presidents and board of directors. Their vision of providing free medical service, including lab tests and free medicine to underprivileged, underserved, and less fortunate communities without caste, nationalities, or financial status was true then and now as well. Please donate generously because small or big donations count. I remember a quote of Mother Teresa. We ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But when the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. So please give bigger and smaller donors, not drops, big checks. So the clinic can be viable for many, many years to come. Thank you.
To the man of the hour, coming up soon, but please turn your attention to the screens because we have a brief video presentation about the clinic.
Well, when the Charitable Foundation was first established, I had the honor to be the first chairman in 1995 and 96. You know, one of the most important thing was the interaction with the patients. And they didn't know us, we didn't know them, but in the clinic, it was a development of a patient-doctor relationship, a confidence and a trust that they developed in the team of doctors and the helpers who would take care of them. That was very important.
Besides teaching medical students and taking care of female patients, which is very close to my heart, the experience has been very gratifying because I can, besides giving gynecological care to the patients, I can connect with them at deeper level. I can listen to their stories, talk to them about their family problems, and give advice whenever needed. So I have more connection with women being a female physician, and that is really very fulfilling to me.
No, it's definitely an eye-opening experience. I think, contributing to the greater good of society as a student is a really rewarding experience. And I'm grateful to have this opportunity to utilize my skills for the community. I think the most meaningful experience I've had is coming to know that medical care should not be treated as a business, but as a service, because a lot of times it is misused, and we as medical professionals are not taught that a patient should not empty their pocket when coming here. It's more about giving the care that's more essential, and that will make a difference in their quality of life.
Well, I've seen new patients hesitantly walking into the clinic, wondering if indeed we are offering free services. And once we usher them into the exam clinics without even asking their insurance cards or credit cards, you can see that sense of relief in their face. You can see that gratitude in their eyes. So that's a very rewarding experience. And then I've seen the established patients who walk in confidently with dignity because they find this as a very safe space where their vulnerabilities are not judged. We work in organizations where staff tell us what their job is and draw the boundaries, what they cannot do. And here, they ask us how they can help. So it's really a humbling experience. I would strongly encourage each and everybody to be part of this charitable organization, because it's not that they're just benefiting the clinic operations. Their small offering, their 2 hours or $200 that they donate will go a long way in making a huge impact in individual patient's life.
I have been associated with Charitable Foundation and a free clinic since beginning in 1994. I have participated in every aspect of managing Charitable Foundation, and the part I love the most is to volunteer once a month on Sundays and take care of the patients. It is a means that adds meaning to my life. Besides, I get to work with medical students, and working with them and teaching medical students is stimulating and highly rewarding experience. I will urge every primary care physician to participate in clinic activity and experience the gratifying feeling.
It's the biggest gift they can give back to the community is volunteerism. To me, it's almost like an addiction because it makes you extremely happy. And to me, if something makes me happy, I want to spread that around. So I would love more people to be involved in this. My kids are a great example. They're involved with the clinic in terms of donating money. We also need money to run the clinic. It's a free clinic for our patients, but we still need money to run the clinic for medical supplies and labs and all of that. So in whatever way, even the younger generation, if they cannot volunteer, donate your time, money, whatever way you can, yes. That's my message to the younger generation.
It definitely does make me feel more fortunate about where I'm coming from, but also it just makes me feel great that I'm able to just help out, provide my services, even though if we're only first-year medical students, we're still learning a lot in the clinic and also applying all our skills from the classroom, so it's really great.
I had the honor of starting the first clinic during my presidency in 1994. And that's always very satisfying, gratifying, and makes you feel good that you're able to help people.
No person should be turned away because they cannot afford health care.
Thank you. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce a true force of energy, leadership, and a man with a heart. I mean, literally, Dr. Samir Shah. Dr. Samir Shah is a board-certified invasive cardiologist who's been serving on the south side of Chicago and the suburbs for over 35 years with affiliations in multiple hospitals. He's a proud fellow of the American College of Cardiology and has been deeply active with the Indian American Medical Association, serving as a president for 2 years, 2015 and 2016. Currently, he continues his leadership as a chairperson of the Charitable Foundation and serves on the board of directors of the American Association of Cardiologists of Indian origin. Truly someone who exemplifies with a big heart in every sense, Dr. Shah has volunteered his time and expertise at countless health fairs and community organizations across Chicagoland for over 25 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Samir Shah.
Good evening. Welcome. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the 31st fundraising dinner. We are so honored to have many community and organizational leaders who have taken time today to join us and support our mission. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Arvind Goyal, Chief Medical Officer, Illinois Department of Health and Family Services, Mrs. Rajul Balala, President of Chinmaya Mission Chicago, Dr. Satish Kathula, I'm not sure he's still here or not, but President of API, Mr. Sunil Shah, Chairman and Founder, President of Federation of India, FIA, Padma Shri Dr. Bharat Barai, and Dr. Ashok Ray with lifelong service to humanity. Indian American Medical Association of Illinois is one of the largest medical organizations with more than 900 physicians of Indian origin practicing in Illinois. At the heart of our medical organization is the IAMA Charitable Clinic, considered as the crown jewel of IAMA. Thanks to the vision and passion of founding members of the noble mission to provide a free health clinic for underserved communities and people without health insurance. Over 20 years, IAMA Charitable Free Clinic has become the beacon of hope and lifeline for many. In 2024 alone, the clinic served over 1,200 patients and provided 671 patients with laboratory tests and 832 patients with free prescriptions, significantly affecting their health and well-being. We also cannot do this without our volunteer physicians and medical students. Let's have a big round of applause for all the participating volunteer physicians and medical students, because without them, we cannot run the clinic. The volunteer physicians provided over 450 hours of medical service, and medical students provided combined 2,850 volunteer hours. Thanks to Dr. Prema Malani for taking leadership role in the Women's Health Clinic initiative, providing the needed care twice a month. We joined hands with Boston Neurobehavioral Association, BNBA, to provide free mental health services. We will also continue access to dermatology and eye clinic, podiatry clinic, as well as diabetic education. I also want to sincerely thank New Life Volunteer Service, NLVS, and the founding president, Dr. Vijay Kiani, for their outstanding services and covering all Saturdays over 20 years. Desire is the key to motivation, but determination and commitment to excellence will enable us to attain success. United, we remain firm on our goals and crystallize our vision for the organization and the new initiatives. For 2025, we must achieve following goals and meaningful changes. 1. Improving access by transforming the charity clinic to open 5 days a week and over 20 hours per week. We are hoping to achieve this by July 25. 2. Improve financial picture for the charity foundation by increasing government and private grants and by increasing private donation. We must raise over $220,000 to overcome the annual cost to provide services. 3. Increase point of care testing. We are so happy to announce our association with Nilex Lab and Mr. Shyam Saladi for 2025 for their generous contribution. We must find the way to provide needed screening tests like cardiac testing, screening, colonoscopy, and mammograms. 4. Great need for community presence and outreach programs including education, care for elderly, access to health, immunization, mental health, and support for sick and hungry. Close association with other social organizations like temples, spiritual centers, and medical organizations for networking and promoting our mission and charity. 5. Expand medical formulary to include many other generic medications at no cost to the patient. I'm so happy to announce that our generic formulary now increased from 25 to 75 needed medications in 2025. Thanks to Dr. Ashok Ray for his generous and thoughtful contribution for free pharmacy. I'm so confident that with strategic planning, we can achieve the necessary progress in next 2 years. Looking ahead, we would like to invite you to join us in our effort to make meaningful changes. Your generosity fuels our mission, enabling us to broaden our impact and make substantial difference in the health and well-being of the underserved community. At the end, I want to thank my wonderful wife, Bella Shah, for not only supporting all my activities, but also encouraging me to have even better achievements in life, especially diet and exercise. So please enjoy the evening, relax, enjoy the food and great entertainment from Orchestra Sarigama with nostalgic journey of Bollywood cinema. Life is a gift. Living is an art. Let us live life of joy, compassion, and service to community. Thank you again for listening and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
So some people give their energy through volunteering, and some people give their energy through donations. Both energy requires us to run the clinic. And I first want to start by thanking some of our early pledges. Raj and Inda Gupta pledging $250, Mukesh and Nita Gangwal pledging $1,000, Dr. Bharat K. Shah and Dr. Sheetal Shah pledging $2,000. Dr. Amar Krishnaswamy and Dr. Rupal Malani, $7,500. Dr. Utpal Park, $1,500. And Ashutosh and Sudha Gupta for $5,000. Thank you all.
Dr. Sharavan and Manjula Kandawal, $2,000. No, who is this? I don't have it. Oh, Dr. Ranga Reddy, $1,000. And Dr. Virendra S. Bisla. Where's the dollar? Oh, the dollar amount is blank, so I guess I could just put in any amount I want. So what do you all think is a good amount? When someone gives me a blank.
50,000.
Sorry, I'm sorry. For women's health? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. I missed that part. I'm bad. Yeah, for Women's Health Initiative, $10,000. Thank you so much. Thanks. Keep those pledges coming, guys. I won't leave the stage till we get the $220,000. So if you want me off the stage and get the entertainment going, let's keep that money coming. So please join me now in welcoming our chief guest for this evening, Dr. Preeti Malani. She's the Deputy Editor and Director of Editorial Equity for JAMA and JAMA Network. In addition, she's a Professor of Medicine at the University of Michigan in the Division of Infectious Disease and Special Advisor to the University President. From 2017 to 22, she served as the University of Michigan's Chief Health Officer. As the Chief Health Officer, Dr. Malani worked with dozens of individuals committed to advancing health across the campus. Dr. Malani is a member of research team that oversees the University of Michigan's National Pole of Healthy Aging and serving as the pole's inaugural director from 2016 to 22. Dr. Preeti Malani.
Thank you. Thank you for that kind introduction, Dr. John, and good evening, and thank you to all of you, and thank you to the organizing committee for honoring me this evening. It's just been wonderful to chat with folks and to hear about the great work being done. You know, health is so much more than the absence of disease. It is truly beyond physical health or even emotional well-being, but thriving in all aspects of our life. Being healthy socially, being healthy occupationally, financially, spiritually. And since 1994, the Indian American Medical Association Charitable Foundation has served the Chicago community by providing comprehensive primary care services without cost to thousands of low-income patients. Simply put, this care has truly transformed lives not just of individual patients, but entire families and entire communities. And it's really helped build a strong and healthy community for more than 3 decades. You know, this morning I had the pleasure of visiting the clinic, and I was really struck by several things, including the friendliness and can-do attitude I saw in every single person there. And, you know, I learned a little bit about the history of the clinic, and beginning with the simple mission of serving the underserved. The work has grown and burgeoned tremendously and touches not only patients and physician volunteers, but hundreds of medical students, and we've heard from so many of them this evening, who are also sharing their time and their talents and their passion for helping others. And in return, these volunteers are reminded that medicine at its core is a social mission, a social responsibility, and an opportunity to truly transform lives while offering and also receiving kindness and compassion. And, you know, I especially hope that the medical students that are involved with the clinic, and of course we heard from Dr. Shah, who is, you know, sort of the best example, that they're really able to carry these lessons forward and keep them in mind in the future when, you know, maybe things are not so great, because sometimes medicine can get you down and it can create frustration, but I think it really does help ground you. And for patients and their families, the clinic remains a life-saving resource, a critical safety net, offering exams, basic lab work, medications, health screenings, and more to people who might not otherwise receive high-quality care. In 2024, and you heard some of these numbers, but I think they're worth repeating, the clinic provided care to more than nearly 1,300 individuals, and more than 300 of them were new patients. And one of the amazing things is really the ability to provide high-quality longitudinal care. And you know, that's a lot of lives touched and a lot of lives improved. And what's not recorded in these statistics are the number of new diagnoses made, the number of conditions treated, the doses of medications dispensed, the number of people who won't experience a preventable complication of chronic illness, and the number of people that can continue to be productive economically because they are healthy. In fact, when I was in clinic earlier today, I had a chance to meet the legendary Dr. Baba. And I know he's well known to this group, a family physician who is supposedly retired, but he's been volunteering his time and talents to care for patients and teach students for more than 15 years, as I understand it. He's really a fixture there in the Saturday morning clinic. And he said something to me that I wanted to share. Maybe not everyone might not know this, but he said with great pride, appropriately, that the patients that he's been seeing that get their care at the clinic have outstanding metrics and outcomes in terms of things like diabetes management and cholesterol, better to or equal to patients getting care anywhere else. And so why is that? Is it the continuity of care, the quality of care, the deep commitment that every single person holds to improving health and well-being? Probably all of these. Plus the student volunteers call every patient with every lab result. You know, again, we're sort of used to getting things like that through portals at this point, but they use that opportunity to continue caring for patients long after they have left the clinic, reinforcing patient education, answering questions, and filling in gaps. And you know, I have to say, as a clinician, you know, that's sort of aspirational, but it's not realistic for a lot of people. And you know, just again, it gets at the commitment and the quality of care. All of this is life-changing and life-sustaining work, and it happens, you know, not through magic, but really through dedication and generosity of volunteers and donors like all of you. And you know, the work of the foundation really goes far beyond the clinic walls, as a leadership team has created a close partnership with the surrounding community, and the location itself speaks volumes. And during a time where kindness and social connection can be hard to find, even the opportunity or willingness to sort of reach out and engage with people who are different than ourselves, the foundation offers all of that and serves as a poignant reminder that there's so much good surrounding us. So I just want to tell a little bit about myself. So thank you for the photo here. You know, I was born in Detroit in the late 1960s, and in fact, if the Pistons were playing tonight, I probably wouldn't be here, but they're playing tomorrow, luckily. Joking, I would be here. But so, you know, there weren't a lot of families that looked like mine. This picture was taken 50 years ago on my brother's 3rd birthday. And in fact, at that point, we really didn't have any of our own family living in the United States. And when I think about that time, you know, I think about all the people in my life who supported me in ways big and small. How blessed I am to have had that support from neighbors, scout leaders, teachers, family, friends. So many people believed in me, encouraged me, indulged me. Sometimes they rolled their eyes at me. But the point is I was surrounded by people who cared about me. And I just was reflecting on that today as I was putting together some comments. And, you know, I am trying to be much more intentional these days about everything, including gratitude and learning people's stories. And I just shared a little of my story. And there's just so much we don't know about each other. But what connects us is so much stronger than what divides us. And I'm also spending a lot of time thinking about how I can contribute meaningfully to the issues that matter most to me. And I hope all of you will do the same and work in whatever way fits your interests, your ability, your talents, and your opportunities. We can all be part of the solution. Less complaining, more doing, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Empathy, compassion, kindness, they go a long way. So thank you to all of you for all you do to support our neighbors and help create a vibrant and healthy community in Chicago. And best wishes to all of you, and best wishes to the Indian American Medical Association Charitable Foundation for the next 30 years and beyond. Thank you.
Hello. Doctor.
Thank you again, Dr. Biden.
Looks like we have more pledges coming up there, Roger.
Yeah, let's run through. Why don't
We
you
might,
go
we might
first?
have to leave the stage pretty soon, I think. We have Dr. Vedavati Agadi, $500. $1,000 from Dr. Subodh Sood. $500 from Mr. Lakpa. $300 from Sukesh Desai. This is a long list. I think.
So we have Dr. Vallabhan Jeevananda for $2,000, Dr. Kalyani Premamal for $1,000, Vishal Parmar $800, Ashala Rao $250, Dr. Pallavi Shah $500, Dr. Manoj J. Prank for $500, Dr. Mamata Rare for $1,000, Dr. Ashok Ray Foundation for $10,000, Dr. Damori Murthy for $1,000, Dr. Devta for $500, Dr. Samir and Bella Shah for $7,500, Dr. Ahmad and Azaz Nasra for $5,000.
We have Drs. Ann and Mel, $1,000. Sureka Shah, $100. $2,000. Dr. Vikram Shah. A lot of Shahs. Dr. Rohit Kumar Vasa, $1,000. Dr. Raj Arora, $500. Prabodh Shah, $200. Sameer Kumar, $2,000. And Anonymous, $1,000. Keep it coming, folks.
And we'll circle back with some more in a little bit.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So, as you guys heard, you guys are already making a tremendous impact. Last year, the clinic almost served 1,300 patients and expanded services, as you saw, to Friday from Saturday and Sunday. You saw the women's clinic increasing, and you heard about how we're trying to increase the clinic operations to even more days. The clinic is also a source of empowerment for the community, increasing health literacy by holding education programs for diabetes and a variety of other health topics. So thank you again. Keep the pledges coming. Now, tonight, we are also privileged to welcome an academic powerhouse as our keynote speaker, whose work is shaping the future of medicine and public health. Dr. Nilay Shah is a board-certified cardiologist and a nationally recognized researcher, a passionate advocate for health equity, and a rising star at Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine. He holds both an MD and an MPH, and his impressive journey includes clinical training at Stanford and Northwestern, with over 80 publications in leading medical journals and multiple NIH grants. He also serves as one of the co-investigators of the groundbreaking Masala study, one of the first and most significant studies dedicated to understanding cardiovascular risk in South Asian Americans. Along the way, he's been named a 40 under 40 leader in minority health and earned multiple awards and helped develop new strategies to improve cardiovascular health in communities that need it most. And most impressively, he brings all that brilliance with a deep commitment to service, mentorship, and making a complex science accessible to all. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to our keynote speaker, Dr. Neil Shah.
Good evening. Thank you for the honor of speaking at this year's Indian American Medical Association Charitable Foundation's Fundraising Gala. It's so very nice to be with you this evening. I was invited to speak a little bit about my work with the Masala Research Program, including what we've learned from the study and some of the future directions, and I'll get to that in a moment. Tonight I want to say that I speak from my perspective as a researcher, a cardiologist, a second-generation Indian American, and a family member. Although it's been nearly 2 years since this occurred, I still vividly remember the hours I spent in a hospital waiting room as my father had a coronary artery bypass surgery at age 52, just a month after one of his brothers had bypass surgery, and 2 months after another one of his brothers died after complications from a heart attack. Most of us here tonight have similar stories of loved ones affected by heart disease, many of whom were young or who passed unexpectedly. The urgency to prevent heart disease in the South Asian community is more important than ever. With apologies, can I ask if the slides are going to be posted? Thank you so much. Next slide, please. South Asians are 25% of the world's population, but 60% of the heart disease patients. The high rates of heart disease among South Asians was first recognized in the 1950s in the South Asian diaspora in Singapore, South Africa, and Trinidad. Next slide, please. The trends in the chart on the left are from the UK, where we show that over time, South Asians, who are shown in red, have higher rates of cardiovascular disease compared with their European counterparts, shown in blue. On the right is a chart of proportional mortality from heart attacks in the United States, which is highest in Indian adults. This means that among those who pass away, it more often occurs because of heart disease in South Asians compared with other groups. I witnessed these patterns firsthand as a medical student here in Chicago, including during my opportunities to volunteer at the community health clinic on Peterson Avenue. The patients I met were often trying to improve their blood sugar control, their blood pressure, their weight, and other heart disease risk factors. As an internal medicine resident, I would be called to the bustling emergency room for a patient who was having a heart attack, and too often it was a patient who looked like me, young, sometimes as young as their 30s. South Asian, often men, but sometimes young women too. Population data show us that South Asians have heart attacks on average 10 years younger than other race and ethnic groups. In caring for these patients, I heard echoes of my own family's story. I turned to the research literature to try to understand why our community was beset with such high rates of heart disease, and I came up empty-handed. Around that time, one of my mentors shared a saying with me that I've thought about a lot and which motivates me to this day. What is measured is what is valued. What is undercounted tends to be counted out. The lack of well-designed research studies focused on the South Asian community meant that this population would be counted out in health initiatives. The important first step was to collect timely, accurate data on South Asian health. Next slide, please. In 2010, with funding from the National Institutes of Health, the Masala study was launched. Masala stands for Mediators of Atherosclerosis in South Asians Living in America. And the goal was to investigate the factors associated with heart disease in South Asians in the US. Masala study participants were between the ages of 40 to 84 years old and were free from heart disease and stroke when they first joined the study. This study has followed over 1,000 patients for 15 years to understand how heart disease and other health conditions develop among South Asians over time. The cohort is half men and half women. Nearly all of them are immigrants, and in the original cohort, most were of Indian origin. Masala has already given us some key insights into South Asian heart health. Beyond learning that US South Asians have among the highest rates of diabetes and high blood pressure compared to other major race and ethnic groups, with almost 1 in 4 with diabetes, 1 in 3 with prediabetes, and 2 out of 5 with high blood pressure. The Masala study has provided important insights into why these patterns occur. Next slide, please. For instance, it was observed that even at a normal body weight, South Asians develop diabetes and high blood pressure. That's because even at a normal body weight, South Asians tend to store excess fat in places that we can't see, like in the liver, around the abdominal organs, and around the heart. This is a graph with data from the Masala study that shows that as the amount of fat around the abdominal organs and in the muscles increases among South Asian participants, the risk for heart disease substantially increases. This hidden fat puts people in our community at high risk for heart disease, high blood sugar, and high blood pressure. Next slide, please. Another piece of this puzzle about heart health is diet. We all know that the food that we eat and the food that we have access to affects our health. In a 1994 article in the New York Times about the high rates of heart disease among South Asians in Britain, a British researcher noted how puzzling it was because many Indians are vegetarians. We now know that not all vegetarian diets among South Asian adults are healthy. In the Masala study, we found that many people were eating vegetarian diets, but there were two main types. A healthy kind, which was lower in salt, high in fresh fruits and vegetables, and lentils. This pattern is associated with lower blood pressure, better cholesterol, and less fat in the liver. But many vegetarian participants were eating a diet that was mostly high in carbohydrates, fried foods, fat, and sugar. This vegetarian pattern was associated with higher blood sugar, more insulin resistance, and over time the development of diabetes. There were also participants who had a more westernized style diet, which included higher intakes of animal protein and higher alcohol intake. This dietary pattern is associated with more abdominal fat and abnormal cholesterol. And this is the type of information that we've learned from the Masala study that can be used to counsel South Asian patients more effectively about healthy diet studies. And even our cardiology clinical guidelines categorize being South Asian as a so-called risk factor for cardiovascular disease. But being South Asian is not a risk factor. Instead, we can shift the conversation to recognizing that there are many strengths of our community, like a strong social fabric, that can protect our health moving forward. Next slide, please. Masala has been a valuable resource for the South Asian community, and we're on the cusp of more exciting scientific breakthroughs, despite current challenges to the NIH research funding in science. 5 years ago, the Masala program received additional NIH funding to expand the cohort to be more representative of all South Asians. A third site in New York City was added to the two originals here in Chicago and in San Francisco, and the study just finished enrolling 1,000 more participants of Pakistani and Bangladeshi origin. We can now understand similarities and differences in heart disease and diabetes risks within the 3 largest South Asian communities in the US. The study also brought back the original cohort of 1,000 participants to better understand the risk for heart failure among South Asians, which is an emerging epidemic as the US population grows older. Finding the reasons for the excess heart disease risk among South Asians is like solving a 1,000-piece puzzle. There are many pieces to find, but no one piece will give us the whole picture. But because of Masala and collaborative research occurring across the globe, we're starting to piece this puzzle together. As a Masala investigator and a preventive cardiologist, I've been particularly interested in the members of our community who are like me, a younger adult, second-generation South Asian who grew up in an immigrant household. Next slide, please. This graph shows the number of Indian adults in the US across different age groups, with those born outside the US in orange, and a growing population of US-born Indian Americans shown in blue. This second-generation population is rapidly growing, but we know very little about their health needs. Next slide, please. So that's why 2 years ago, I started the Masala second-generation study to understand the health of second-generation young adult South Asians and how we can prevent not only cardiovascular diseases, but prevent even the onset of risk factors like diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol in the first place. Our primary objective is to identify early cardiovascular and metabolic abnormalities in South Asians at younger ages, and their underlying causes related to health behaviors and the social determinants of health. We've enrolled a pilot group of participants who are the children of original Masala study participants. Next slide, please. Our early findings from the Masala second generation study show us that there's an important need to protect the health of the emerging second generation population. As I've shown here, the rates of high cholesterol, high blood sugar, and obesity are worryingly high in the young adult group. Next slide, please. These next data show another important early life cardiovascular disease risk factor, specifically among Indian women. In the US, Indian women consistently have the highest rate of gestational diabetes compared to all other Asian groups and other major race and ethnic groups. The rate of gestational diabetes has also consistently increased over the last decade. We have a lot of work left to do to understand why these patterns are present among young and second generation adults in the South Asian community. We hope to expand the Masala second generation study and broaden enrollment from all 3 of the Masala study sites. And we're working to use what we've learned about social support among South Asians to design programs that improve heart-healthy behaviors. We need high-quality science to guide healthcare and health decisions for the South Asian population. In a time when facts are often called into question, The highest quality research based on the foundational standards of the scientific method are more important than ever. Next slide, please. I hope you can see how much passion I have for research, data, and healthcare equity in our South Asian community. It's been more than 60 years since it was first recognized that South Asians experience a distinctly high risk for heart disease. I recently came across this quote from Gandhi, who said, "The future depends on what we do today." Clearly, there's much more to do, and it's time to accelerate progress on South Asian health. Each of us in this room has the power to be bold, raise awareness, support research, advocate for culturally appropriate healthcare, and make sure that everyone within our communities has equitable access. We have an opportunity to do so even tonight, and I encourage you to continue to donate and support the critical mission of the Indian American Medical Association Charitable Foundation and the Seva Community Health Clinic. Let's build on our community strengths and ensure that we do not lose anyone else to heart disease. Let's be bold and work together to create healthier communities where everybody has what they need to achieve their best health. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here tonight, and I hope you enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Dr. Ganesha.
Thank you, Neela. Such a fantastic presentation and deep insight into the Masala study. As a matter of fact, I am also one of the participants as a patient for Masala study, and we have all benefited from that. So this is a recognition award from Indian American Medical Association, and the award is for Community Cardiovascular Research and Prevention Award presented to Masala Study and research team at Northwestern University in recognition of focused community research, understanding mediators of cardiovascular risk factors, prevention, and education. IAMACF salutes valuable contribution and community seva in preventing cardiovascular disease in Southeast India. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you again for your pledges. Keep them coming. I want to apologize up front. Just because I share a room with an ophthalmologist does not mean I can see. So if I make a mistake, please forgive me. I will try and read things off as best as I can. This is a check from the FIA, that's CF, for $500. From Mr. Sunil Shah, $500. Dr. Radhika Chimata, $2,000.
Dr. Sudesh Mala Vora for $1,000. Surya and Raja Nadampally for $2,000. For Baba and Shilpi Banerjee for $1,000. From Dr. Kishore Ajmer for $1,000. And then from our very own John family, from Andrea Ellis, $5,000, Olivia John, $15,000, and Tom and Mahita John for $2,000.
Dr. Barai and Panna Barai, $2,500. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Next, we are honored to recognize a true giant in the field of medicine and community service. Dr. Bharat Barai, recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award. For over 4 decades, Dr. Barai has been leading medical oncologist and a hematologist, serving as a medical director, professor, and mentor across Indiana. He has chaired major hospital committees, led cancer care programs, and helped train countless physicians through his commitment to teaching and excellence. Beyond his clinical work, Dr. Barai has been a fierce advocate for patient-centered and compassionate care. He's also been a dedicated leader in the community, and his lifetime of dedication, integrity, and leadership has left an indelible mark on thousands of lives. Please join me in celebrating a truly extraordinary career and an inspiring legacy as we present Dr. Bharat Barai with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
This award goes to the most deserving, Dr. Bharat Barai Lifetime Achievement Award presented to Dr. Bharat Rai from Charitable Foundation. That's very special.
And now let's move on to a very special thank you to some people who have helped fulfill the mission of providing medical care to this community. Every year, we recognize an individual or groups of people who have contributed their time. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll have Dr. Bharat finish her speech first. I apologize. I'm sorry, Doctor.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish yours.
Thank you, friends. I thank you for choosing me for this honor, which really belongs to many of you who are sitting here. Recently, I came across a quotation: brightest stars are the ones that shine for others. And you, running the charitable clinic for the needy people in the state of Illinois, are the brightest stars who are shining for those who are in need in our area. So I want to thank you for and compliment the foundation. I want to make a little correction here. I did not get the Padma Shri, but I was in the selection committee in 2022 for awarding Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, and Padma Shri. I also served in the I was the only NRI in all these years who was asked to serve on the Padma Awards selection committee. In 2017, yes, I did get the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Award. And in 2018, I was asked to serve on the selection committee for Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Award for the entire global Indian diaspora. I also want to express my gratitude to my wife, Dr. Panna Varai, who is here, who has gone through a lot of journey, a lot of time outside, spending a lot of time in the community, in the hospital, on the medical licensing board. So thank you, Panna, for making it possible for me to do this. The personal story, if I bring it here, when I was 6 years old in Vadodara, I was running very high fever, and my father was a lower middle class person, and my grandfather was a very poor man. I was running temperature of 104, 105 with malaria, and he thought that he was going to lose his son. He called the doctor to come for home visit, but he didn't have the money to pay. So at night, in middle of night, he did call the doctor, but he knocked a couple of doors of the neighbors to borrow some money and pay the doctor. And whatever he did, whether he gave me chloroquine or quinine injection, I'm standing in front of you. That tells us that there are many people in this world who are not as unfortunate as we are. In the United States, the healthcare is very expensive. Serving on the board of directors of Methodist hospitals, I know that the hospitals run very tight margins, maybe 1% or less. 70% of the expenses of the hospitals, they go for the salaries. And then come the pharmaceutical costs, which have been going down. So there are many people in the country, in spite of Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance, don't have insurance. And thank God that people like you, who are not only volunteering services to those people, but are also contributing so that this foundation can serve those unfortunate and needy people. Healthcare not only is expensive, but it's very complicated. Even if you have health insurance, you almost require a PhD to understand the copay, the deductibles, the maximal per family, per this, and lifetime. Whether we like it or not, we don't have universal health insurance. So helping those who are in need to understand, and those who cannot afford to pay to go to the doctor, providing them free consultation, and now, as I understand, 75 generic medications is a very laudable goal, and all of you will be blessed by God for the charitable work that you are doing. One thing, India serves as the pharmacy of the world, so 70% of the drugs that are exported come from India. So that is a good thing that India has done in providing cheap generic care, generic medications to the rest of the world. All of you must have had experience of providing consultation, second opinions to people of India, and maybe we can consider extending that privilege or that benefit to many other developing countries where, again, the healthcare is not as prevalent. And telehealth can certainly add to it. One other point I want to make as physicians, many times people think that the physicians don't know anything beyond medicine. Of course we know medicine and we know it very well. But I tell them, we did not go to the medical school because we were the dummies in the school exam. In fact, most of the people who went to medical school were the brightest people scoring the highest in the medical school, in the school examinations. And I wish that more and more physicians will take the role in public service in all kinds of fields, because we should become the leaders of the society. If 18% of USA GDP is healthcare, well then 18% of the people in public life should also be from the healthcare industry. And we can be guiding our people how correctly things can be done. And the other area where we can serve is preventive medicine. As Dr. Shah pointed out, we can prevent many diseases rather than trying to stent them and do the bypass surgeries. So good diet, good exercise, good health habits can certainly help. And I hope that the Charitable Foundation would consider counseling people about how to practice preventive medicine, number one, and number two, early diagnosis and early screening. As an oncologist, I realized that that is probably one of the biggest things that can happen, and how things like vaccine for hepatitis, vaccine for cervical cancer, vaccine for COVID now, that how these things have changed the healthcare field, mammograms. So preventive health, if we can offer, that will be a very cheap way to meaningfully contribute to the life of the individuals that you all serve. Thank you once again, and I want to compliment you for what you are doing, the brightest stars. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Garai.
It's a great honor to the friends and physicians that I have known for almost 40 years. And now they have served as the pioneers for Indian Medical Association of, not Northwest Indiana, Illinois, and the Charitable Foundation. So I'm really honored to give this award to these pioneering gentlemen who have been serving the community. Dr. Vasa, the pediatrician, the nephrologist who has donated his own kidney, another bright star for somebody, and Dr. Dhruv Malani, and we were serving together as residents. And I know Dr. Hamran Das Marilla, who has gone to India and done several plastic surgeries for benefits, again as a volunteer. So we really commend Dr. Hamran Das Marilla too.
Now I request, these are the leaders and pioneers, and the award says in recognition of vision, leadership, and dedication to IAMA Charitable Foundation as the pioneers and pillars of the free medical clinic, Dr. Asutosh Gupta, 1995 to 1996, Dr. Rohit Kumar Vasa, 1997 to 1998, Dr. Marella Hamandas, 1999 to 2000, and Dr. Brij Balani, 2001 and 2002. Let's have a big round of applause for this, that without them, we would not be here today. And I request them they want to talk for a minute.
Many thanks to the Charitable Foundation for this.
Thank you very much. We enjoy working there. It's a gift that we have to give to the people. I will request all the physicians, especially primary care physicians, to volunteer at the clinic and enjoy the skill that you have, give the skill that you have, and serve the people who need your help. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For all of you who have made pledges and will continue to pledge, there are several ways of fulfilling your pledges. You can pay by checks, cash, credit card, your stocks, bitcoins, gold, diamonds, whatever you please. I have a $1,000 pledge from Dr. Poonam Marai and Dr. Raja, $500 from Dr. Sudarshan.
And I have $500 from Aparo and Devta and Nirmala Uttama, and $100 from Satish Sura.
A few more awards and recognition. This evening would be complete if you really didn't recognize Dr. Sunila Hussain, past IMA President, past CF Chair, and our current banquet chair, for her Leadership Award. Could I have Dr. Manish Brahma and Kishore to present these awards, please? And Rajesh Chakani. Dr. Sukanya Reddy, Volunteer Physician Award. And Dr. Praveen Mehta, our wonderful medical director. We have another check from an anonymous donor for $1,000. We would be amiss if we did not recognize the Nimagana Foundation for their endowment, and Dr. Ashok Ray, whose endowment helps offset the cost of our generic drugs. A big thank you to the Illinois Association of Free and Charitable Clinics, who have contributed a significant amount of grant money to the tune of over $150,000, I believe. I would now like to invite Dr. Sunila Hasu. Oh, no, not yet. 1 second. Yeah.
So please now welcome our grand sponsor for this evening, Dr. Ram Salati and Neelix Labs. Dr. Ram Salati worked as a volunteer physician and has donated generously to the clinic. He and his son, Shyam Salati, will give us a brief glimpse of Neelix Labs.
My name is Ram Samadi. I'm an internist. I've been in practice for about 22 years. And for the last 5 years, I've been practicing, volunteering my time as a volunteer physician first Sunday of every month at the clinic. And thank you to Dr. Sukanya Reddy, who requested me to join the team of volunteer physicians 5 years ago. And I'm telling you, it's a tremendous happiness that I get every time I finish my clinic on first Sunday. And as somebody else mentioned here, we are truly patients' primary care clinicians on a longitudinal basis. And as Dr. Shah mentioned, so being a South Asian is a cardiovascular risk equivalent. And yes, that's what I tell the students. Every patient that we see are obviously South Asians, and the majority of the comorbidities we see are diabetes, hypertension, and hyperlipidemia. And if we can address those simple problems, which are treatable with the counseling and meds, and keep them at goals, I'm sure we're saving lives every Sunday that I'm working there, and just like other physicians. And I want to introduce my son, Shyam. He's a bright PhD in computational biology who has started molecular lab about 4 years ago, and he wanted to support the clinic, just like me, in his own way. I'm going to let him speak about what he wants to do for the clinic for the next year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So thank you all for the time. I'll be really brief here. My name is Shyam Saladi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Neelix Labs. We are a CLIA-certified clinical laboratory in the western suburbs, and we run a diagnostics business here in Chicago. Like IAMACF, we are completely dedicated to expanding access to care. And at Neelix, we provide traditional laboratory services to physician offices, small and large clinics, public health departments. We also know that getting a blood draw at a clinic doesn't work for so many patients. They simply don't do it and come back to their follow-up appointment without their lab results. At Neelix, we have developed and offer a series of home collection kits that allow patients to self-collect their own samples at home on their own time to increase access and improve health outcomes. We're really proud to partner with IAMACF, and we're going to be completely donating phlebotomy and laboratory testing over the next year, and also be expanding the test menu much beyond the limited menu right now. Thank you all.
Thank you for this event. So I really appreciate it. We'll have him microphone for 2 minutes.
My time starts now. Good evening, everybody. I'm Satish Kapula, the current president of API. Chicago is my second home. I keep coming here every other month, and I came here just for this tonight. And API is hosting a convention in Cincinnati in July last week. So I'd like to welcome everybody there. So please register, come there. We have wonderful guests coming. AMA President, incoming President Dr. Bobby Mukama will be there, and we'll have Dr. Mario Capecci, who is a Nobel Prize winner in Science and Medicine. He will be there as well. So, Board of Trustee Chair for AMA, Dr. Michael Sok, he will be there as well. So, in API, this year is really trying to put the pieces together, whatever happened from last year. So we have been successful so far because there are so many supporting leaders in API, such as Dr. Rangareddy, Dr. Vemuri Murthy, Dr. Bharat Baroy, Dr. Suresh Reddy, the past president of API. And we have support from most of you to revive API, and Dr. Radhika Chimata, of course. And I really appreciate the support. We have done 3 conferences this year. One was actually organized by Dr. Vemuri Murthy in India, which was very successful. We have Legislative Day coming up. So please join us on May 8th in Washington, D.C. We are going to address a lot of issues that are faced by physicians, like Medicare reimbursement cuts and pre-authorization issues, and especially the
green card for H1 visa holders. There are thousands of physicians who are on H1 visas and they don't know what's going to happen. And they served this nation, this healthcare industry, for over a decade. And still they are in a limbo without getting green cards. So we need to address that as well. Increasing residency slots as well as decreasing the physician shortage. We need to address all those things, and I need your help to bring your congressman or senator there, and please be there on May 8th. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Another pledge from Anup Malani for $3,750. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Are you all having a great time? Okay, so you know I've already thanked 3 times, right? This is the 3rd one, so it'll be a little longer. So as we conclude this remarkable evening, I stand before you with immense gratitude on behalf of IAMA Charitable Foundation. Your presence and participation have truly made this event a resounding success. We extend our deepest appreciation to our esteemed dignitaries, our chief guest, Dr. Preeti Malani, whose insights have inspired us all. Our brilliant keynote speaker, Dr. Nilay Shah, for sharing his thought-provoking work. And API President, Dr. Satish Katula, your presence honors us greatly. And of course, Dr. Ranga Reddy, thanks for coming in. Dr. Bharat Barai, Dr. Arvind Goyal, your ongoing support continues to inspire our mission. Dr. Nimagada family for providing a safe, welcoming space for our services. Dr. Ashok Ray and Malika Ray for ensuring patients receive free medications. We are very grateful to them. IIFCC and NAFC for their expert guidance and steadfast support. Today we have Ariana Aliosa and Naomi Aquilera. Thank you for coming and joining us. Our heartfelt thanks to those whose exceptional generosity will fuel our mission to serve. Thanks to Dr. Ram Saladi and Sham Saladi for Neelix Lab, Dr. Brij Malani and family, Dr. Anita John and her daughters. Your philanthropy sets a powerful example for our community. A special acknowledgement to the dedicated leadership and board members of both IAMA and IAMA Charitable Foundation for their unwavering guidance and commitment. Our incredible staff, volunteers, students, and NVS whose service ethics drives our work. We are very grateful to them. We appreciate MedStar and Cardinal Pharma for essential lab and pharmacy services. Our sponsors' support enables us to expand our reach and deepen our impact. Ms. Snigdha Adhikari from Principal Financials, Ms. Jigna Thakur from Celero Commerce, thank you. We also would like to thank our group sponsors and advertisers. Tonight's seamless evening was made possible by our charismatic MCs, Dr. Anita, John, and Dr. Rajan Shah. Dr. Samir Shah and Dr. Radhika Chimata, thank you for your beautiful rendition of both national anthems. Jankana from JD Events for orchestrating this elegant gathering, thank you very much. Mr. Dev Vasudevan for the impressive brochure and print materials, Mr. Suresh Bodiwala of Asian Broadcast Corporation for capturing these memories, Richard Salko from Powerhouse Video for producing our compelling IAMACF video, Hitesh Master and Sarigama Orchestra for eagerly awaited entertainment. We would like to thank Waterford for this stunning venue and Mr. Jagmohan for arranging the exceptional dinner experience that we'll soon have. Our media partners deserve special recognition: Hemant Brahmbhatt, Jatindra Bedi, TV Asia, and Gujarat Samachar. And I must highlight the exceptional leadership of our chairperson, Dr. Samir Shah, whose meticulous planning made this event possible. And of course, Mr. Kishore Chur for his unwavering dedication to our fundraising efforts year after year. In closing, as we reflect on tonight's gathering, we are reminded of the extraordinary power of community. Each of you, through your presence, your generosity, and your belief in our mission, has contributed to something greater than yourself today. Thank you very much for that. To all our donors, our partners, and everyone in attendance, we offer our profound thanks. In the spirit of Atiti Devo Bhava, we thank you all for being here with heart and soul to celebrate this beautiful evening. Thank you very much.
Before we start the dinner, I would really, this is not in the program, but I would like to recognize Dr. Rita John and the John family That's because, for their continued support and over $20,000 of donation every year, and that's commendable. So may I please present with bouquet to Dr. John. Please have a big round of applause. Dr. Ram Saladi and Shyam Saladi back on the stage just for a minute. We again thank Shyam Saladi for his generous contribution this year, giving us labs free for 12 months as well as phlebotomists. And I would like to also recognize them and present a bouquet. By Dr. Vance.
How about that? We were supposed to have concluded this part of the meeting by 8:30. We went over by 2 minutes. But continue pledging. I'm not going to stop asking for money. I'm not shy at all. So please continue pledging. Dinner is served, I'm told. So before we go get our food, let's bow our heads and say a small prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the people present here. Bless the food that we are about to partake. Bless the people who prepared it and who are going to present it to us. We ask for world peace and end of hunger. Heavenly Father, we thank you.